My brothers-in-law are calling me a controlling idiot for the way I made my will. I'm in my late 50s and recently found out that I have cancer. I was taking care of my affairs and estate planning when this happened. I'm single, I have no kids and no long-term relationships. My parents died when I was young, and the only surviving family I have are my aunt, uncle, 2 sisters, and their kids. I'm pretty well off and have a very successful business. I'm leaving pretty much everything split between my family. I split a part of the estate to my aunt and uncle, who are both in their late 70s. They don't have any kids, and I would like to leave something for them to live comfortably. The remaining money I have split equally between my sisters and their kids, 4 in total. My sisters are in their late 40s. Given our age difference and the early death of our parents, our relationship was a mix of sister-brother and sister-father. I was doing many things our parents would do when they were growing up, so I'm very close to them. The problem my brothers-in-law have is the way I structured the money. I have the money invested in a long-standing trust fund. All 6 of them will receive $1 for every dollar they earn. This would essentially double their income. Any remaining money will be available to them after they reach 65. They also have the option not to use any money and let the investments continue till they retire. Alternatively, if they don't work, they'll get no money until they're 65 years old. My nieces and nephews have either started working or are in their final year of college. My reasoning is that I want them to be self-sufficient. I don't want them to rely on this money or get lost in the sudden influx of wealth. I had a recent sit-down with the family to explain things. I didn't want to leave any bitter feelings or cause fights over money after my death. Everyone seemed pretty accepting, until I got a bunch of angry calls and messages from my brothers-in-law. Both were calling me a control freak, trying to tell their kids and wives how to live their lives. I'm a bit shocked. I didn't really have that intention. Am I being a controlling idiot? Edit. To clarify, I'm leaving absolutely nothing to both brothers-in-law. Only for 8 people, 2 sisters, 4 nephews and nieces, 1 aunt and 1 uncle. Your brothers-in-law are looking to cash in on your inheritance to their wives. Looks like you've nipped their greed in the bud. Leave your will as it is. Otherwise, they'll squander your money, leaving your nibblings and siblings with nothing to fall back on. So yeah, not the idiot. If I were the sisters and I watched my husband bully my dying big brother over money, there wouldn't be any brother-in-law to worry about. Shameful behavior. OP should honestly take brother-in-law's reactions as concrete proof that you did the right thing. Their responses on behalf of their wives and kids, who didn't have an issue receiving free money the way OP set it up, are evidence that they plan to capitalize on the influx of wealth from your inheritance personally. You are the idiot. I reject the idea that a person's value in any way is related to their income. So if kid number 1 goes into teaching and earns $30,000 a year in a job that allows them to fulfill their childbearing needs in the summer and breaks, they deserve less than kid number 2, who got a job as a mid-level manager earning $100,000 with no family, no debt, and no extraneous obligations. You're literally rewarding them more for struggling less. In your mind, the kid who becomes a nurse definitely deserves less than the one who creates computer code. Agreed. This is a recipe for disaster. What if they get in a bad car accident and can't work? What if they want to retire before age 65? What if they die at 48? What if we go into a big recession and they're laid off next year with no income? What if they choose to be a stay-at-home parent? What if your aunt and uncle need extra care and someone in the family takes off work to help them? I'm sorry that you're dealing with these things so young yourself. However, I think 65 is a little late, considering neither your parents nor yourself are going to live that long. I do applaud your desire to help and protect the people you love, but a little more faith in the ability of people to make responsible decisions based on their own life experiences wouldn't go amiss. My 27 female, nephew, preschooler, and sister, 21, have started staying with me recently. She's been trying to get a job and has picked up a few odd jobs, cleaning and babysitting. While she's gone, I usually babysit my nephew. He just hangs out with me or plays with his toys. I feed him dinner if she's been gone for a while, When she is home, all she feeds him is chips, cookies, candy, and cereal, or mac and cheese. That's it. She claims the cereal has all the vitamins and minerals he needs, since she also puts milk in it. Nephew is average in height and weight, so he's not starving, but it's not the healthiest lifestyle for him. She claims he won't eat anything else. So while she's been gone in the evenings, I've introduced new foods to him. He loves vegetables such as raw carrots, peas, and green beans. He also really likes fruit. I've been making him waffles, eggs, bacon, oatmeal, and cream of wheat as well. And he eats everything. He doesn't seem picky at all. She came home last night, and he was finishing up a grilled cheese with tomato soup, and she flipped out on me. She told me that I shouldn't be feeding him things he doesn't like, and that I was force-feeding him by not giving him a choice of what he wanted to be fed. I told her she was absolutely ridiculous, that he enjoyed new foods, and that she was just too lazy to cook for him and used ready-made meals. She blew up on me for calling her a bad mom. She's constructed that I've been force-feeding her son while she's gone, and she's told her friends who have ganged up on me, saying I was out of line and that I overstepped the boundary and I wasn't his mother. Am I the idiot here? How dare you feed my child things that he's happily enjoying? You're an absolute monster. So yeah, not the idiot. He clearly eats and enjoys the food, so our argument is already invalid. Not too sure what she wants to accomplish by fighting with the person who's currently keeping a roof over her head. Even if he looks healthy, he'll only stay that way for a short time if he keeps having only junk food as his go-to. I'm curious, what does your sister eat? Does she cook for herself or eat junk as well? I can't help but notice that she had him when she was very young, so she's been in charge of feeding him since before most young adults figured out how to feed themselves without parental help. It sounds like she could benefit from some parenting classes, but you're probably the last person she wants to hear that from now. She claims the cereal has the vitamins he needs since it has milk? What the heck? No, seriously, does your sister not know about the food guide? She's teaching him horrible eating habits. You're giving him the healthy meals he needs. You should talk to her about this when you two are getting along. Your nephew's pediatrician can also help her with nutrition and proper food. He's lucky to have you. I have a massive mortgage, a house in a high cost of living city. I have 4 roommates. I have the basement suite, and the upstairs is rented to one couple and 2 single people. They know I own the house, and all of them were recommended to me by friends or family. I still required a lease agreement, security deposit, and the first and last month's rent. I just was willing to rent to them at below market rate because I didn't have to advertise or arrange for a property manager. Between the 4 of them, I collect enough to cover the mortgage and utilities with a little left over. I save my money and use it to pay for major repairs and maintenance. I'll start a new job in a different city in the new year, and I knew about this back in late October. I offered the couple an opportunity to take over the basement suite in the new year for a little bit more money. They would get a massive bedroom upgrade and a private living room, bathroom, and kitchen. They agreed and told me that they were planning on moving out in 1 year, so they would be willing to sign a 1-year lease. I asked the 2 singles if either of them wanted to take the master bedroom that would be empty. They both declined but asked if they could turn it into a home office for them. I said sure, but they would have to cover the rent for the room. They think that I'm being unreasonable. Since I'll be making more money off the couple, they think I should keep their rent the same and let them have the room for free. I offered it to them for 80% of what I was getting before. They called me a selfish idiot for taking all their money. Even if they took the deal, they would still be paying less than market value for a single room in our city. It turned into a huge fight with the people who referred them to me, calling me a greedy idiot for trying to suck money out of their friends. I don't need to deal with any of this. I found a property investor willing to buy my house and honor my current leases, including the new one for the couple. Unfortunately for the other 2 renters, their leases are up in February, and I imagine that the rents will be going up a fair bit. But that isn't my problem anymore. So now everyone they know is angry with me because these 2 people will most likely have to move into a crappier living situation. I feel bad because I would stay and deal with it if I wasn't moving, but it's just easier to walk away. Not the idiot. Why would they think that they could get the room for free? Also, you own the place, so it's yours to sell to whomever you wish. And now that it's theirs, they can do whatever they like with the property. If you weren't going to be there to take care of the house, you would have to pay someone to do it. This seems like the right decision for you. Unfortunately, they blew their sweet deal by being greedy themselves. You are the idiot. All your tenants were fully paying for all the bills for the house. The couple taking the basement agreed to pay more, so you are getting all the bills plus a little extra. You pay nothing for housing, and now you're moving out and will need to rent somewhere you want to nickel and dime your tenants, so you can never contribute to your own living expenses. Sure, you could do it, but it definitely paints you as greedy. No, it's business. He deals with the hassle of being a landlord to make a profit. A vacancy arose, so he was finding a way to fill it. He was already charging a discounted price. He isn't a charity. OP, everyone wants something for free, and that they want you to allow them to use the space that they refuse to pay for is ridiculous. It's their fault that they involved other people and made this untenable for you. Don't carry any feelings about it. Walk away with your profit and enjoy your new life. My sister and I aren't best friends, but we have a pretty good relationship. Good enough that when she got engaged, I assumed I'd either be a maid of honor or a bridesmaid. She didn't ask me despite having a bridal party of 10, but I didn't say anything even though I was a little hurt. I get that it was her wedding and that I wasn't entitled to be in her wedding party, and I eventually got over it. A little afterward, my best friend got engaged and asked me to be the maid of honor, and I happily dived into the responsibility, and it's been a lot of fun for the both of us. I've already been able to plan and execute a lot, making the experience fun for my friend and less stressful. On to the issue. My sister's maid of honor honestly dropped the ball. I know I'm going to be biased, but I've received complaints from family members and other friends. She hasn't put any effort into helping my sister with her wedding, didn't plan anything, never responds to my sister's messages, and generally isn't interested. None of my sister's other bridesmaids are stepping up either. They all have a reason for why they can't spend more time on my sister's wedding. My sister recently approached me to plan everything for her: bridal shower, bachelorette, and the actual wedding. She wants me to give her the experience I've given my friend. I was slightly offended because she only asked me after seeing what a great job I did for someone else. But she's my sister, so I told her I'd be willing to help if she made me a bridesmaid. It's the least she could do, and it would make me feel less like an errand girl and part of the wedding. She refused and said I'd make the numbers off and that I didn't have the look she was trying to accomplish, which offended me even more. Like, at this point, I'm just angry. So I said, fine, I don't have to be a part of the wedding, but she needs to hire me as a wedding planner because I'm not doing this for free. It takes a huge time commitment to do all of this work. She cried to mom and dad now, and they'll all call me an idiot because I should do it as a sister. But she's asking me to do hours of work for free, which I feel isn't fair. Now my family's saying that I'm ruining her special day by being selfish and making it all about me. So I'm starting to doubt myself. Am I the idiot? Holy entitled Princess Batman, your sister refused to give you a spot of honor at her wedding, insulted your look, and then cried to mommy and daddy because you're not helping her? How is she even old enough to get married? The fact that your parents are siding with her after she said you didn't fit the look is straight up ghoulish. You are not the idiot. Unrelated to whether you're a bridesmaid or not, that's too much work to expect, demand, or coax out of someone. Let her figure something else out and enjoy not having any responsibility as a guest. And honestly, I would probably debate even going to the wedding based on the family's behavior. My brain exploded at "didn't have the look." So what's left of it says, your sister sounds very superficial and snobby. Maybe that explains why nobody's falling over themselves to help her. She's probably already gone full bridezilla, and your parents are enabling her by getting involved. Or she doesn't surround herself with quality friends, only friends who have the look. Agreed. Notice the parents just criticized and called OP an idiot. Why aren't they helping the golden child do the planning? OP's the only one that can do this? OP doesn't help and probably even skips the wedding, and they'll try to keep pulling you in. You're already doing one wedding. That's enough. If she doesn't even have the brains to put you in her wedding because she's trying for some stupid look, she deserves what she gets. I'm 18 male, friends with a girl, Melissa, 18, I met through a volunteering gig. We've been hanging out more lately and learning more about each other. Actually, one of the things we bonded over is the fact we have the exact same facial scar. We even got it at the same age. What a crazy coincidence. We often discuss how it has impacted our self-image and self-esteem growing up and have had lots of conversations. I feel like she understood me. The only difference is that she tends to cover her scar with makeup, whereas I don't. She says that it's not the same thing since she's a girl, and I get it. A few days ago, we went to a party together and hung out in a room with a few others. One of them was the girl who started chatting with us, and Melissa seemed really impressed with her. At one point, the girl pointed out my scar, which was blunt and made me feel self-conscious. But the good thing is that she said positive things. Melissa immediately joked that, actually, my scar makes me look creepy and intimidating. I asked her, does that mean you would also look creepy and intimidating if you didn't hide the same scar with makeup? She looked shocked, and the people we were with gave me a look like I messed up. Afterward in the car, we had a massive argument where she called me an insensitive idiot. She said that I'm a crappy person for exposing her insecurity and belittling her feelings. I said that she's the actual idiot here, since she threw me under the bus to impress the girl. Not sure what she was trying to do. We spent a long time arguing, but eventually fell asleep. So, am I the idiot here, or is Melissa? Not the idiot. You're not wrong to inform people that Melissa has a facial scar under her makeup. How dare Melissa say that actually your scar makes you look creepy and intimidating? She's saying out loud what she's afraid of, but doing it in a profoundly unkind way. You're fine pointing out that she has the same scar under her makeup. However, she has no right to yell at you for playing fair during an unfair conversation that she caused. Melissa needs counseling, and you need to spend time with better people than Melissa. That's not what I got from this article at all. He's not comfortable showing his scar, but doesn't have a choice but to show it. She's a girl who can wear makeup and cover her scar. Should he have to wear makeup to prove to you that he's insecure about his scar too? No. He's brave enough to show his true face to the world, and a friend that he's confided in for years decides to publicly shame him, all to make herself look cool to some random chick. Besides, if she ended up taking that girl home, she'd find out soon enough that the friend had the same scar since makeup doesn't last very long. Makeup isn't limited only to girls and women you know. If he really wanted to, he could use a little concealer. There's always a choice. It's all a choice. No matter what, OP did nothing wrong here, and the girl is the one being an idiot just to make herself look better or take positive attention away from OP. Exactly. Melissa's the idiot. She sounds like the kind of person who builds themselves up by tearing other people down. She knows how the scar has affected your self-esteem, and yet she still made fun of it. Under any other circumstances, you'd be wrong. But here, when she's using inside info to put you down, you get a pass on using inside info to put her right the same.